now that we've created our data view, if we look at our overall plan for what we're intending on building, we've created the data view, and now we need to create the actions to add and update employee data. So we'll quickly switch to SQL again, just to refresh what was going on in the database. So we did have a stored procedure that would be used to add new employee data. If we quickly refresh and have a look at it, it basically takes a number of parameters and does an insert into the employees table. Again, the content of the stored procedure could be simple, as it is in this case. It could, however, also be massively complicated and be affecting data in various tables and systems outside of this database if needs be. Again, the complexity of the stored proc is irrelevant to FrameworX. As long as the developer of the stored proc gets the correct result, FrameworX is happy. So we'll quickly switch back to the administration tool where we will now build our action. So if we switch back to the admin tool, we can see that here's the definition of our data view, and it doesn't contain any actions. So we'll quickly switch over to the data view's actions. We would like to create a new action. This is going to be the new employee action. The description, let's just give it whatever, add new employee. All that the action really needs is a database connection, which we know it's going to use the HR connection. And we know that it's going to use the employees add stored procedure inside the database. And we're basically done. We can, however, carry on a little bit further with configuring the action. We can tell the action that we'd like it to appear as a button on the data view. We don't want this action in the menu structure, and we don't want this action as a right-click context menu. And there we've basically defined our action. We can even peek inside the stored procedure that we looked at just now. Our stored procedure has got parameters that we need to tell FrameworX about. We could add them one by one. However, we can ask FrameworX just to generate the parameters based on the definition of the stored procedure. Same as the columns, the actual names of the parameters are as they are named in the stored procedure. However, for the users, we can define different captions that are more readable. So we'll just, for example, customize that one to date of birth. And the photo column, we know we'd like to add a photo to that, so we'll change the control type to an image that's going to be stored in the database. Other than that, we're going to save the changes to our parameters, and our action is effectively now defined. If we switch back to our application shell, we can now run our data view, our employees data view. Everything looks the same, except you will notice there is now a new employee button for the new employee action that we've just created. So we can launch that. And let's just quickly add our new employee into our system. Date of birth, I'm just going to choose, I haven't actually told it that it's a date, so let's just go 1980 01 01. And we're able to provide an image, so let's just give this guy an actual image. We'll just pick any old picture. Let's just take this one here. And we can say, okay. So basically now, if we were to search our data for John Doe, we would have the record that we've just created. So our action to add a new employee to the system is actually built. And all the developer did was really point FrameworX to the stored procedure that would add an employee to the system.